How can you see if it's running or not?
You don't see.
Okay. I'm just
Anyway, I have Carl doing the camera work, and we decided to take a drive today, and got a little bit lost on the road, but we ended up here at Helsinore, and so we're looking at this castle, and the last time I was here with Esther was back in 1971. It's sun shining right now. It's been raining off and on today. We also stopped by the Queen's summer place, or what would you call it, Carl?
Yeah, I guess it was summer residence or sometime residence.
Anyway, we didn't find her home. I haven't found the king home in Norway either, so maybe they're up at Yulin visiting my farm. How do we know? But anyway, it's about 2:30 in the afternoon. It's September 6th, 1986. Now we're looking at the back side of the castle, sort of, and give me the pronunciation of this, the name of it.
The castle is Kroneborg.
And located?
In Helsingør.
One heck of a tall drag line. Might look like a castle, but actually it's a railroad station here at Helsingør. We're at Helsinore.
I don't know. I remember last time I was here, the guy told us that there was a fire in the castle. I think it's been rebuilt, the original. I don't know how much of it is left, but there's a church in there. The garage was made with thatch, with the thatched roof on it.
Oh.
Nice. Then they'll think we're in Paris.
Let me see how we focus in on you here with my zoom lens. Oh yeah, that'll work. It's focused okay. What we're going to do here, and it's running, is to make a little recording to the folks back home, and it's the 6th of September 1986.
Yes.
And Carl has been doing some work in his backyard this afternoon, and he can tell you what else we've been doing, driving around and so forth.
Well, this afternoon we drove up to the northern part of the island, and we visited one of the two castles. The first one I think was Fredensborg, and that is one of the Queen's residence. Well, she uses it on occasion. And the other one was Hamlet's Castle, up near just across the sound from Sweden. And I think Gordon has been there before.
Yeah, we were there in 1971. The Queen, does she go out there on weekends, or how often does she get out there, do you
I'm
think?
not really certain how often she does visit out there, but you know, it does happen.
Uh-huh. The fellow she's married to is a French?
Yeah, he's a French nobility, I think. His father has a chateau somewhere in, I think it's in Cahors. It's a district in France. There's some wine. They have a vineyard there on. I don't know if that's the main source of income down there, but I know his father still has that.
Now, I took a picture of the ship the other evening, and does she go out with her ship quite often, or?
Oh yeah, when she has state visits, for example, when she goes. Probably her father used it more because he was a officer of the Navy. But for example, when they visit the islands of the Faroe Islands or Greenland, I mean, more often or not they'll be flying, but on occasion they will use that ship. I can remember her father, the former king, and he would visit maybe once a year or twice a year, or once every second year. They would visit parts of the different areas of Denmark, and he would sail, on the royal yacht.
Mm. Anyway, it looked like quite a ship.
It's a fair
big,
size. Yeah,
really big inside.
it's probably around the turn of the century.
This feels stupid to me, doesn't it? To you, sitting here in front of this camera?
Which camera are you talking about?
That one there.
I thought, are we on hidden camera?
Yeah. Okay, what have you been doing lately over at your job?
Well, mostly it's just work.
Yeah, I know. You've been busy all week.
Busy as hell. It's a never-ending story, because
Yeah.
in many ways it's not like having your own small bakery, because, at one point you can say I'm finished,
Uh-huh.
but it's always a continual production, and the amounts are so large.
Sure. Okay.
So
if you're gonna bake a loaf of bread, how big a loaf, or how many loaves do you make at a time?
Well, it's not that we make that many loaves of bread. I'd say we make more buns and
I see.
that kind of thing, for the small
Do
portions.
you make 100 at a time?
No, I think, well, they might make in a one night, they might make, now I'm not into that production myself, so I'm only guessing, but I would think maybe somewhere 12, 15, 17,000
Yeah,
pieces.
I would guess so too.
It's, they
'Cause
have
I
a
know
full
it's-
automatic machine that just
Sure.
pumps those things out. So
Sure.
they have a one man standing at the other end, just putting the trays on and taking them away.
Mhm.
Or rather, he just takes the trays away because the trays are all stacked up and just,
When do you think you'll be able to make another trip over to the United States through your job, for instance?
Well, I never know.
No.
And right now, I don't think it will ever come again, because now our company in America has merged with a large airlines catering in America. Now they've had SIS Catering had started that catering in Chicago it'll be about 4 or 5 years ago now.
Mm.
But it hasn't been. It's always been on the economic point
Mhm.
of disaster. But now what they've done is they've merged with a company called Dobbs International. They have large caterings all over the United States. I think in Puerto Rico and out in the Philippines. I think it's quite a large outfit.
What are some of the airlines you serve besides the SAS?
Well, let's see. SAS. We have. We have most of the domestic or European airlines.
Mm.
That'll be Finnair. We have Sabina. We have some of the Middle East airlines, and in generally we just about have every country. Well, Air France. No, we don't have Air France. Jordanian Airlines. We have some Eastern Europeans, the Hungarians, and. But it keeps us pretty busy. We have some American companies too. I think it's Transworld. Transworld Airlines. Northwest Orient we don't have.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. I don't know where
That's your competitor, I suppose.
No, that in
But they're
airlines.
served out of the United States, maybe, or something.
No.
No?
I mean, when they fly, now I don't know. They might pick up their when they come. They come from New York. That means they have catering from New York. So they land in Copenhagen. and then from Copenhagen they fly to Stockholm. From Stockholm they come back here again, and then they fly to New York again. But so whether they get catering here in Copenhagen or in Stockholm, I don't know.
Well, let's see.
It might be the same company, SIS Catering, that might cater them in Stockholm, but we don't have them here.
I think maybe I'll be showing this to your mother, most likely. So speak Danish. Go ahead and talk.
No, I think she can probably understand us anyway, even if we don't speak any Danish.
Well,
you might end up editing all this.
Well, this will be not as a part of the stuff that I be showing all the time. I mean, this will be mainly for your...
Try not to show
your
it to
relatives. Well, I'll show a part of it, but we won't maybe show all of it.
It is kind of chilly out today. It's almost like
yeah,
I have icicles around my nose here.
It's been raining a little bit today, and off and on.
Yeah,
the
like
temperature, I don't know, what has that been? Any idea?
12 degrees centigrade.
Hasn't been too bad. Not as cold as it was usually up there in Norway. Anyway, and tomorrow morning I'm planning to head out for Kolding, see if I can see Ewald Sorensen, if I can find him. I only have his address. I don't have a telephone number and no way of getting it.
Yeah.
And we'll continue doing a little more recording with the whole family a little bit later on this evening. This is the 6th of September, 1986 at, how do you pronounce the name of your town?
Nærum.
Nærum.
Oh, we have to mention that they're celebrating 800 years of their existence here in October.
And that's a little different from the Yulin Centennial, too.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay.
Okay, signing off now. 10-4.
Let's see.
That's enough, Lauren. I'm glad